So, here we are at the Las Vegas Pirate Fest. You liking it so far?
Yeah.
So,
Good stuff.
so far we've stayed to the right, and because we were going to do this for 2 days. I don't know if we need 2 days. We'll see. It's our first year coming. So we stayed to the right and came to the end, which is where the Gladius show here behind me. We bribed some security guards for some nice seats in the shade.
Security guards.
And because, you know,
They weren't dressed like this guy.
Yeah. And so now we just wait for the show to start. But yeah, we got down to the very end. There was food truck section, and then there was a few more vendors, and then here's the Gladius show. And so after the show starts here in about a half hour, and after the show we'll go back out on the left hand side. We did learn a few things with parking that we will change, and we'll tell you about when you watch the whole video. Our little parking tidbits, secrets, and how to avoid walking 15 miles from your parking spot to get into the event.
As long as it's not vendor parking, I don't know.
Yeah, we'll look at it. We have an idea. So anyhow, we will keep you posted, but enjoy some of the things we've seen at this year's Pirate Fest.
To Pirates Fest. I'm home.
Come on in! Go through
Are you all ready to have a good time?
Indeed.
Yes, very good.
Welcome to Pirates!
The only way to know your head.
Oh.
Morning! Hello! Go get a tattoo, Roxanne!
Oh, this is fun.
Right? Oh, that's awesome.
Thank you so much.
So this is kind of the style I'd like. Just like the tattoos without the
Oh, I see.
skulls.
Yeah, just the octopus style. So fun. Love it. Love it, love it.
Okay. Very nice. There you are. A lot of hand job. A lot of hand work in that. Well, if they had the sword of power.
The He-Man, is that the He-Man sword? They might. Isn't that it, the white one?
No.
So awesome. Look at all these.
What's the price on that one? $10.50. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Jump up a little bit. We're gonna try to attack. Could give her. Can you get another one of those to see the sword that she has?
Get some zombies with that. Don't put your hands out. I'm taking a photo.
You're fine, you're fine. It's video, it's fine.
Oh.
Your hand will be on YouTube, you know, as long as you don't mind your hand on
Notice your
YouTube.
hand on YouTube. Pick out your hand.
Yeah, it's
That one's got the mermaid. It's only one of the mermaid I got. I have this one's shark and I think that's it, man. Okay. What price tag on the food? The price tag is right there. Yeah, just put it. Everybody's in they get really confused about it because it's very confusing.
Yeah.
And so what these guys are doing on this Pakistani stuff is they're taking paper thin sheets of metal and they're lapping them. One's going to be a chrome moly type, and then they'll put whatever metals, they smash it, heat it, smash it, and that's what this one is like. You can't see it in here because the color variance doesn't telescope as much, but see how they can. So you cannot control that. So this one is a true forged. They're both forged, but this one would, if you really got into it.
Dragonland.
I like the mushroom.
This would be a good place to find something for Bella.
Yeah. Trinket stuff.
She has stuff like this.
Put them to work, you can pick them up on Sunday.
I'll get the bill, right?
Oh, no, we won't charge you. When you come back and make you they'll be good.
That's cute. Show your trinkets.
2 children's books about military deployment. So if you know anyone.
You don't mind if I video you?
Oh no, ma'am.
Okay,
Yeah.
just check.
This is so cool. So I made this one myself. So you just have it spinning, and then you learn to draft it this way, which is what I'm doing up here, getting all the fibers in line and the thickness that I want.
So you just it just twists and turns on its own, huh?
This is the period way of doing it. This one, the spinning wheels are actually newer, probably during the industrial era.
Okay.
But this is how they used to do it. They actually, this isn't the first way that originally the first way that they did it was with a rock. They would actually take a rock and tie it on the end of it, and then you could swing it around, kind of like what this is doing. Spin the rock. So you can make the twist, because what it does, it just takes that fiber and makes it stronger. To where, because it's not supposed to break.
Shouldn't have done that.
We distracted you.
Well, this one I actually want to do. This is silk and merino, I think. I actually want to make. I can't remember if I was going to make this a sewing thread or if I was going to do it as a. It's called Sprang, which is a medieval or Viking-ish type of knitting, I guess you'd say, almost like this.
Okay.
On the floor, is that another one of those? Yes, that was
Mesmerizing there.
I was just all enthralled with it. So the original. That's really cool. And then they just flick it.
And then there's different weights. These come off. There's different weights that you can put on.
Okay.
So all you need is a stick.
Yeah.
And it, wow.
And other than just holding the stick on gravity, what are the weights
do?
It
The
just
heavier,
keeps
just
the centrifugal force.
Yeah.
Okay.
It helps it do its spinning and keeping it linear, just like with these. That's why these are here. Is
so.
because it
If
helps
you
it
trade it
spin.
to a heavier weight, though, it just is
That's personal preference. If you want it thicker,
okay.
wider, if you want it narrower. This one, which is the beginning ones that I've made, I made these for beginners. So then you just practice and you just learn how to spin.
Okay.
And I mean, it's not perfect, but it's enough.
I mean, unless you spent your life perfecting it, it's not going to be perfect.
Right. Because, yeah, that's all they did.
Yeah.
This is all they did. Because if you think about it, okay,
They were dependent on that for clothes.
Uh-huh.
be as wide as you want.
Sash or a belt or something
Yeah.
like that. Very nice.
Oh, that's so fun. That was out the on the video there.
And this
That's
is
so
done
neat.
with tablet weaving. So I have these little cards that you use and you rotate them back and forth and you make them. I almost said, this is my house, Lord. And I was like, no, wait a minute. But let me show you.
That's kind of cool to rub it on your ring.
Uh-huh.
But she won't want it.
Well, that kind of gets more speed doing it that way.
Is that too much? Oh, good.
Well,
I didn't want to be too gaudy.
this is fancy.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the Mad Cow.
It's going to be like this. And then what you're going to do is you're going to undo it and you'll draft it. Or you can draft it. What that does, it loosens up the fibers before it's easier, or pre-drafting. It loosens up the fibers to where they'll slide past each other easier once it's looser. Because when you have it like this, you can see it's dense.
Yeah.
But if you put it on here, you can see how it's not. The fibers now can slide past each other. Pardon me.
Buddy, you want to go in the cage?
Well, it's definitely cooler than AOC.
Okay, buddy. See you in an hour.
I really wish that they would move AOC back a little.
I mean, he has a key.
Move it to the first weekend of November. Good, you know?
Yeah.
Because then you're able
It's
to
a lot
work with
harder
it.
than it looks.
I'm getting side-by-side comparison, so you're not looking good there, honey.
I know.
She's not supposed to.
5-year-olds. They learned how to do this when they were 5.
Right? Out of necessity,
Nice, I
too.
like those.
Not just because they want to.
Yeah, out of necessity, we'd be naked.
Okay, but
I'm
you're
okay
not
with that.
parking it. That's something else you're doing too. Make sure you have that energy in there, because if you park it, then the energy's not going to go anywhere but here. And then you can just take your time. Like, see, this is twisted here, so I just untwist it a little bit, take some of the tension off, and then I can pull my left hand. And then you just travel it up, and then what happens is that energy of the twist will come up. And then you twist it a little bit more until you like it where you know it's going to stay, and then you can put it on, wind it onto your spindle.
That's what I'm trying to pull it apart.
I forget something. Every wool is different. There's like 300 different kind of sheep. So a lot of them have different staple lengths. To find out the staple length, you get it a little bit here, pull it out, and then you see this is the staple length. So this is one fiber or one hair, this is the length of the hair.
Okay.
So what you have to do is that when you're spinning, you have to remember that you need to pull the fiber, you need to have your hands this far apart, because if you don't, you're going to be doing this and you're not spreading anything.
Ah,
yeah. 'Cause
But
it's
if you have it
spreading back
out,
here.
yes,
Okay.
exactly. Sorry, I totally forgot about that part. But yeah, if you have it back there,
Because I'm like, it's not falling.
right, then it'll shift,
Okay, and then I can.
and then you can
slowly
twist it.
release Okay, yeah, that helps a lot.
Because you're only trying to get the twist, the energy of the twist up into it, and then that's what makes the yarn.
Oh yeah, that's.
Well, there, are you ready to continue walkabout, or?
Do y'all have enough water and everything? We have some water in the
We've
cooler.
got the coach out here.
Oh, so were you able to bring the RV? Yeah. Nice. I thought y'all said y'all weren't going to be able to bring it.
No, that was last year we couldn't.
Oh, last year you could, but they changed it?
No. Here, we can bring it.
Okay.
It's just, we pay
Yes.
Pirates Fest to park
Right.
at this one.
Right.
Yeah, I've sold every single one that I've made except for the very, very, very first one. So, and that sits on my forge over here as a regulator.
Oh, they're like
So it
necklaces
just blocks a
and
little
stuff.
bit of that air.
What's that?
Where I
They're like
don't get so
necklaces?
scaly. Because when those full paint will just scale up and really go back. You know, is that was a different. So,
Sure, you know how you're asking if this is real gold? If it were real gold, it would probably just wiggle all about and break. Because gold is not that strong, right?
No, not in that small.
That's cool.
So what happened there?
This is her first book. Yeah. So she's brand new. I abducted her and inducted her all at the same day. Yeah.
It is addictive. It's like eating popcorn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now it's tighten up a little.
This is her first book too. So.
All right.
Very cool.
No pressure.
Now don't stab yourself.
Yeah, that's.
I do have, you know.
You're on camera, but no pressure.
No, it's okay. Your face isn't. Your
My
The
needles are
sections of the
sharp.
book are called signatures. This one was actually a bag. And I couldn't resist it, so I turned the bag into a
That's
book.
cute.
And then I started using it for my partner. And this right down here was one of the members that are here right now. And it's called Silver Point. And the masters, you know, like Van Gogh and Michelangelo, they used wire to draw with, to sketch, to do their masterpieces.
Yeah.
And that's
Like a cool little chemical reaction. That's neat.
What is a captain without a good crew? But it is called the captain. Task, Captain Diego. At Hop 2 winners, as we all know, there can only be one. Oh! And that's gonna count. Captain Diego wins the first round. Now looking at you, Cruz.
It's clear you know how to handle your cannonballs. But do your captain. This next competition is called the Cannonball Toss. Each captain will grab a cannonball, throw it as far as they can. The farthest throw will win this round. Captain Ballin, why don't you begin?
Hold my beer. Oh God.
You better not cheer for my captain.
Wonderful catch, Captain Diego. Who says there's no honor amongst thieves?
RC!
Captain Dalton, show us what the stalwart can do.
That's not loud enough.
An excellent throw, Captain Dalton. Not the most dignified, but who am I to judge? Sit down. Captain Graves steps in line. High expectations. She threw it like a proper captain, Dalton. Like this. Now that leaves us with Captain Diego. Interesting.
All right.
I'm sure we all saw that.
Yep. So what?
Excellent throw in earnest. All right, it looks like that means Captain Graves wins. I'm retiring, sir. All right, what do you say we do something with a little more boom? Now, the winner of the next competition will get to choose their opponent in the last. This is going to be a test of marksmanship, a true skill any pirate captain master, and my favorite. Captain will grab a pistol from the bucket. We'll fire a single shot at the target. Closest to the bullseye will win. Captain Diego, since you did such a well job.
Thank you, Of course, of course. All right.
Let's give him another try.
Okay.
And Captain Diego. Well, then why don't you show us how it's done, Captain Ballard? But please don't shoot my mate. Oh, that's a wonderful idea. You may want to duck.
More grog!
Well, that was better than we were all expecting. Captain Dalton, come up and take your seat. Not as good, but not the worst, Captain Graves. What are you finishing off for us? Graves the winner. Now, what do you say we up the ante a little bit with my absolutely favorite thing to do in the world, sword fighting? Captain Graves, you won the musketry, the marksmanship challenge. Who would you like to challenge? Now remember, captains, this is not a fight to the death. I need her later. What is an admiral without a fleet? Captain Bond is victorious. And possibly sick.
Go in there?
See? Sure, why not?
Yeah, with the wind?
No, the shade.
Oh. horses back in here again, the front one and the one she's riding.
90-minute show. Next weekend, we're having our full show, our 90-minute production at the Gladius Ranch, which is not far from here. There are burgers and tables. So you guys, if you're interested in coming out and checking it out, please come over and check us out. We'll have barbecue and a full 90-minute show.
I can't see you again. You're in disguise. Where'd he go?
What is this? Oh,
Oh, here we go.
all right, here we go. Everybody scream ahoy on 3. Can't touch the screen.
He gives good ground.
1, 2, 3. Ahoy!
There's a man in the barrel.
Thank you so much.
Are you gonna record or what? There we go.
No, it most likely likes.
Come through, come on. We'd love to have you in. Do not move.
This is my mini-me. This is Trish. Okay, that's my little mini. This is Trish. Get some? Of course it's too big. So go to the back. She's a habit of a very home.
Yeah, sandbox. Okay, so now I'm going to tell you our little parking tip. This blue dot shows where the entrance to the Pirate Fest is. So this is me standing. This parking lot is right next to the entrance. Now, when we first went in, we were like, holy cow. So there's the entrance right there. We parked, I kid you not, probably 2 miles away. And there's so much parking here. Now, what we did find out was this is handicap parking as well as Lyft or Uber, those rideshare type things. That's what this parking's for. So if you're handicap accessible or you have a rideshare, you're just getting picked up, dropped off, use this location and I'll show you on the map where it is versus where we parked. If you are not handicapped, there is a green grass field literally to the left of this. You can see it right there on the other side of that building. It's a second entrance and you park in the grassy area and you're literally right by the entrance. We parked over here. You can't even see the car. You can't even see the parking lot from here. Let me show you on a screenshot of the map of where I was versus where my husband went to get the car. That's the difference right there.
1701. 2 or 3, I'm not sure anymore. It's been a long time since I've done that post.
Ahoy, lads! Welcome into Pirate Fest!
Salty nomads.
Salty nomads, yeah.
You need a crown for that outfit, Natalie!
Is typically what I use it for. So you take your shoelaces and you're going to do an overhand knot and snug it up to the tongue of your shoe. And then you're going to make your first bunny ear and pinch it sideways. And this will come in handy later because then usually in a regular bow you would just wrap it once and through, right? This is the key. This is what holds it. You're going to do 1, 2, and bring it back up to the top. And then at this point, you're gonna unpinch the bunny ear you're holding and pinch the rope. So it looks like that. Okay. And then you hold one bunny ear and pull through. Oh. And how you know you did it right is you have 2 loops side by side. Now, typically, if I did a double knot, I wouldn't do this because I would never get it undone, right? I would be cutting it out of my shoes. In this case, it still comes undone like a bow.
That's awesome.
And it holds. I've done like 6-7 mile hikes with this bow and it never comes undone.
That's way cool.
Or if you have like and a double bowline or a bowline on a bite. And those, no matter how tight they get, you can still get the knot back open. So a single bowline is typically used either on the end of a rope or if you have to go like around like a closed loop. That's the one that you hear everywhere, that it's the rabbit goes up the hole and around the tree, back down the hole. That's the bowline.
Okay.
And then the double bowline's great because it creates 2 loops so you can tie down to 2 different corners if you need to. Or if you have to put it in the middle of a rope. Because typically when somebody, so you start with making the loop in your hand that the rabbit's gonna go up the hole. So you flip it and create an X in front. So here's our rabbit.
Okay.
Rabbit is gonna go up the hole, around the back of the tree, and back down the hole. And when he goes back down the hole, it looks like he's following himself back down the hole. So that's the side you grab, and you grab the tree and pull. And that gives you your single bow line. Now, no matter how tight this gets, this loop right here, it will always break to get the knot undone. And I've done it in trucker's rope that you thought it will never come undone again, and it absolutely does. And then the double bow line, so say like I have to put it in the middle of my line. This one actually I feel is a lot easier. The other, a single bow line, you have to figure out which it twists and where it has to go around. Double's easier. So a double, you make your loop and do an overhand knot with the loop.
Okay.
And then you stick your hand through the loop, grab the knot and flip it so it's right above, and it's gonna sit right there for now. Now, the next step is we have to take all of the slack out. So you follow the rope inside the knot. So if you look at it, it goes in through here and comes out through here. So this is the section that you need to grab because it's the next twist in the knot. So when you grab that and pull it, it will tighten it up. So this is a double bow line. So it'll give you 2 loops.
Oh.
And again, it has that one loop over the top. That's how you would break the knot. It's called breaking the knot to get it loose again. So as long as it has that, it will flip down and then the knot will come back undone again.
Oh, very nice.
And then the third one, so this took me a really long time to learn. It's called a dragon bowline. I had to learn pretty much all the knots on this board and some on that board before I was allowed to be taught the dragon bowline, because you need stacking steps to get to that one.
Yeah.
So I'll show you guys that one. You need a lot more rope. All right, so you start out with a double bowline. So I'll do a double bowline really quick. That should be enough. Alright. And then again, hand through the loop on the knot, flip it up. And then find which twist needs to be pulled. Okay. There's our double bowline, right? Okay, and then the next step, I need to gather a lot of the rope in my hand. All right. And then it is very important that you grab it, toss it out there, and start pulling it back to you.
Okay.
It's the dragon bowline.
That's funny.
Very nice.
It took me forever to learn.
Very nice.
So long. And I'm not joking.
Welcome to the Hoodoo Seas, but beware, now that you've crossed the threshold, you are in the Bermuda Triangle. While it's easy to enter, it may never get out. Beware the genie. He's trapped us here for over 300 bloody years. Suppose we owe him a last wish so he can be free. Yeah, bloody hell. You give me what I want, I'll get you out. In the meantime, stay away, he bites.
He bites.
Hi, genie, what say you?
A little bite.
Not much, that's right. That's what I thought.
300-year-old green mountain dragon.